I've been seeing this discourse. It just recently popped up on the TL, and it took over what I was originally going to say. NBA fans don't want analytical conversations. We get that. We get that little thing every mid-season, maybe football season. Oh man, why can't the NBA have these conversations like these football guys where they're really talking about X's and O's and blah 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 blah? They don't want it. They literally don't want it. The NBA is so much more narrative driven than any other sport. It's the thing that they thrive off of. It's casual driven. I wholeheartedly believe that. I think part of that is because of how many people actually play the sport versus how many people actually play the other sports. Like having the opportunity. If you play football, like for a lot of these leagues or whatever, you can have 100,000 people on one team. Like there's like 52 people on a fucking NFL roster. So think about how many people on a college and high school roster. But all in all, the reason why I say that, who is this? Let me see. Let me save her real quick. The reason why I say that is because last minute slide into the topics chat from B Souls. That's the wrong thing. I was about to see the demons.
Hard the Nuggets can play is nobody talks about us. Nobody, spends airtime discussing us, column inches writing about us, because frankly, the Nuggets aren't very interesting. Like Nikola Jokic is arguably the best player in the game right now, but he's not someone that does a lot of interviews outside of the NBA mandated stuff. You're not going to see a lot of profiles on Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray, great player, not especially interesting. Michael Porter Jr., excellent player, not especially interesting, at least not compared to what we have at the bottom of the playoff bracket, where you've got drama in Los Angeles almost weekly. You've got the Suns. Can they succeed in this first year with Kevin Durant? The Warriors, all their dysfunction this year. The Clippers, can they get it together? The Nuggets' problem is they're not respected. They're just not talked about. People just don't find them as interesting as some of the teams on the bottom half of the bracket.
Because you see, I guess, Steven Adams doing more commercials than Jokic. I mean, he
doesn't want to do it.
Look at
like he look. It's a kind of a cliche, but he just wants to play. He wants to collect a check, and he wants to help his team win. That's really all that's on his mind.
That's it.
Any given week. You don't see him doing endorsement deals. You remember when he won the MVP award, both times the Nuggets had to fly over to Serbia to give it to him. He was out. He was gone. He was just hanging with his family back home in Europe. So they're just not a compelling team to talk about, to write about, at least not as compelling as some of the other teams I mentioned.
Okay. So
I mean, he ain't wrong. I ain't gonna lie. He is not wrong. I don't even disagree with mainly what you're saying either. You gotta really think about it, bro. Like, shit, I'm blanking as I'm speaking. Go ahead, Souls. I just lost it.
I was just about to say, I think both of y'all are right. Like, push comes to shove, casuals do run a majority of just sports leagues in general and sports conversations. Like, diehards are diehards for a reason, and not everyone can be a diehard. And on the same token with what bro in the clip was saying, what he made, I don't know, I just felt like it made sense. Like, there are more storylines to talk about with the Lakers. And I mean, we're in the content creation game, especially with a lot of these outlets now. They are also in the same content creation game that we're in. Certain stories, certain teams, certain players get more coverage than others. And when your job relies on how do your articles perform, when the company's, performance and how they're viewed is based off of metrics like views and revenue, let's do what's gonna get us the most revenue.
I'm sorry to interfere here,
go ahead.
But you literally reminded me exactly what I wanted to say. So I'm gonna just say it before I echo you. Yeah, me and Souls literally swear to life. I think even today, kinda, we'll talk about, should we do a Nuggets video? And unfortunately, reality is we'll literally be like, yeah, they deserve one, but it won't do well. And it's just the unfortunate reality of the situation. Like, there's a lot of people that will put pressure on these media sites to talk about Jokic.
Yeah.
And then whole time they posted him 4 times. Remember when Bleacher Report posted, can the Lakers come back? They posted the Nuggets thing 3 times, but so few people like those other posts that the Lakers one stood out so much so that people didn't realize that Bleacher Report talked about the Nuggets 3 straight times. If we were to upload a video on the Nuggets, it would do all. It's sad, but it's true. Like Saul saying, and I'm gonna let you cook because I cut you off. But the niggas y'all don't have an interest. It's whether it's subconscious or whether it's just I don't know market. I don't know what it is, but y'all don't have an interest, even though those players definitely deserve it.
And that's what I'm saying too, because going back to the example you brought up, and I was just about to bring that up as well. Like Bleacher Report did talk about Denver after Game 3, or I think Game 4.
Mm-hmm.
And you still heard and then they also tweeted about the Lakers and them getting eliminated and things like that. And then the quote retweets were filled with, "Oh, why don't y'all talk about Denver? Why don't y'all talk about Denver?" When in reality, yes, they did, but y'all talking about Bleacher Report. Talking about the Lakers is exactly why they're doing it. Like, it's not a matter of them not talking about Denver. It's literally because Lakers and Lakers conversations and LeBron conversations rise to the top. So on your For You page, when the algorithm is set up for you to stay on the app longer and keep you engaged longer, what is going to keep you more engaged? A Lakers post or a LeBron narrative post, or just congratulating Denver? Let's move on. I don't know, man.
So let me hop in here because this is exactly why I wanted this to be my hot take of the week and everything like that. I don't know about you guys' timelines, although I think it's the same. Mm-hmm. What have y'all been seeing this week on the timeline? Really, since the Lakers lost, but what have y'all been seeing?
LeBron retired. Can the Celtics possibly come back? Jimmy Butler's Michael Jordan memes. LeBron retired.
Foot injury.
Yeah, foot injury.
GOAT conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, seen that.
The GOAT conversation has spun the block. LeBron
free
James.
Agency. Heard about free agency.
Kyrie.
Yep.
Kyrie, Trae Young, bag. LeBron not having a bag. All that.
Yep.
Now, mind you, I promise you, I've been looking for it. The lack of Carmelo. There's been some Carmelo.
Oh yeah, Carmelo
stuff.
100%.
There's been like a lack of just let's respect it. Because then I saw a stat today about Jokic and like the amount of total points, rebounds, and assists he had. There's only like two other players who've had playoff runs with those types of stats, and it's Larry Bird and LeBron James. There's like some stuff that the Denver Nuggets are doing and that people just don't care. I just know. Let's do this. Let's do a little exercise. A little quick exercise.
I can use my timeline, but
got three things pulled up. Game 5. Okay. Is Nikola Jokic the best in the world?
Okay.
This is LeBron James retirement talk controlling the narrative over Jokic. Odds for LeBron remaining Lakers. Nuggets advance to the first franchise. Finch on Tatum and LeBron. Celtics stave off elimination versus Heat. LeBron to Warriors possibility. Jason Tatum again. There's some Jokic, and then there's LeBron again. Lakers again with Nick Wright. Why Nikola Jokic is the best, and then LeBron should retire. Collins grading with LeBron again. I'm still saying I have yet to see one just
I would even argue the fucking Nuggets vids popped off on days where they defeated the Lakers more so than it's solo.
So let's go to another one. Let's just go to Skip Bayless and them. This shouldn't take too long. I just want to see what's going on here. Again, Lakers send D'Lo Rui. This is the Mavs thing. Jason Tatum, Ja Morant again. They got the whole. This is the podcast. They got podcast.
Oh, they started doing that now.
Now they're in football. There's some boxing news. There's Ja Morant. That's Celtics again. That's Kyrie and Trae Young. That's LeBron again.
Their numbers are crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Now I'm about to say Skip and Shannon be cooking it.
Hey,
shout out to them.
This is the actual defeat one. This is the hot streak. This is LeBron again.
It feels kind of even.
That's 2, but that's only 2 for LeBron. Some Damian Lillard shit. Lakers lose to Nuggets. LeBron and AD combined for 40 points. And I promise you, the other thing that I wanted, because I actually watch Undisputed Clips. I hate to be that guy. It's not even. There's an imbalance in the way that they have these conversations. We know what Shannon Sharp is talking about.
Yeah.
I'm glad the thumbnails are starting to reflect it, but like, I just, I know these are surface level as well. To go towards the analytical part of the conversation, I just think that there's not enough in that coaching conversation that we had with Coach Nick. Let me know too in the events after. There's too many people that just don't know about like basketball on that level.
Is there not enough, or are they just not rising to the top, which is therefore then like limiting those conversations?
I think it's half of what you're saying. The second half, I agree with. The first one, I do think there is enough. However, the proper conversations aren't being had. I think the title is Jokic the best in the world is being had, but the debate for him, one, aren't as passionate as they are for other players. Two, if they are arguing for him, it's kind of just like they get fucked on by whoever's arguing the opposition, as if there's nothing but stats to argue Jokic. Or three, it's just something in the bottom row, but they're not talking about it. So they'll talk about Kyrie joining the Lakers, but the title is, is Jokic best in the world? Because they talked about it for like 30 seconds. That's what really goes on in these shows, unfortunately. And when it's time where they actually commend Jokic and stuff, 90% of the clips is just them eating crow because they were just like talking shit the whole season. So it doesn't hit as well when they're just like, oh, I was wrong. It'll get the views because you don't know how the shit go. If we drop a top 10 list and the whole top 10 is wrong, people gonna look at the video where, hey, bro, you admitted you were wrong. Like people just get off on that shit. But reality is that doesn't do anything for media discourse because all it takes is one Jokic loss and now it's, oh, well, the whole time you were right. Da, da, da. So it's unfortunate. Like I've always said, it's crazy how Nuggets fans are cool. The players are upset, and I respect them being upset. But yet the Laker pack was smoked by everyone but the two. Laker pack was smoked by Warriors fans, Grizzlies fans, Westbrook fans, and a bit of Suns fans. Nuggets niggas didn't even care. They truly just handled business and still don't care. It was crazy to me.
I'm still in the belief. I'm gonna go down and say it. I think that they talk to basketball fans the way they talk to basketball fans is because there's not enough basketball fans out there that know enough about basketball, the intricacies, the X's and O's, the analytics, the X, Y, and Z to actually have that conversation. This might be even just in my casual conversations. And again, because I'm maybe more around people that have played basketball, but played football. But even the way that like people in real life talk about basketball, because I'd be listening to some of these basketball podcasts with these other players. They talk hoop talk for real. Like they don't talk analytical. And that's another thing. Like the players themselves even push against it on their own platforms. Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, they don't talk analytical. They talk hoop talk. It's just pure hoop talk. Knuckleheads podcast is hoop talk. It's really just, oh, I'm the hoopiest. When Vince Carter was on a podcast, it was hoop talk. I'm trying to think of some other. Kwame Brown, Stephon Marbury was talking hoop talk not too long ago. And so then everybody, the fans of the game, all this discourse about who's better between MJ and LeBron, it's accolades hoop talk. It's never anything tactical. It's never X's and O's. It's never anything about anything of like actual substance. Is just fear, intimidation, respect, bag bigger, versatile. No,
you missing the most important one. I'm sorry, you missing the most important one. You didn't play the game, so it comes if you played the game or not.
All that bullshit. So I really don't think people want that shit. I don't think people really want that type of conversation, like from an analytical standpoint. So with that being said, it's gonna be Lakers over and over. Like it's gonna be Lakers over and over again. Sorry, in the offseason especially, it's gonna be Lakers.
Ultimately, though, I do agree with Omar. More, I would say 90 to 95% of NBA fans do care about narratives a lot. It's just on the contrary. Let's not act dumb and like act like these outlets are just doing this for no reason. Like there's no reason behind it. Because they are incentivized to talk about the Lakers and the Warriors and Curry and John Morant all over and over and over again. So
Yeah, I mean, for the love of God, like this is why one of my hot takes, but I didn't feel like talking about basketball was gonna be I stand with Souls' tweet. For the love of God, why are we acting like most of y'all ain't Lakers or Celtics fans? Like, there's not a lot of Nuggets fans out there. There's just not sheer amount of Jokic fans out there. So ultimately, what do you get rewarded by? Talking about LeBron James being better than Michael Jordan, or talking about Nikola Jokic being better than Hakeem Olajuwon? Like, what conversation is going to reward you more if you're a media member? You know the answer to that. Is it a harsh reality? Yes. Is it right? No. But it's going to be what continues to happen until people actually have that change of heart. But they're not going to have it because whether it's racial or whether it's play style, niggas do not find bro entertaining enough for that.
But I think what happens for a lot of these big media companies is like they have a certain show or a certain way of talking to the casuals, but then they're also going to provide content for like the diehard. So for example, JJ Redick, when he's on ESPN, in my opinion, when he talks about basketball, it's much more surface level.
He's getting more casual. He's getting more casual.
Yeah, he's giving more casual on ESPN. But then when you listen to his actual podcast, then he can get into the nitty gritties and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's for a reason though. Like it's not because JJ Redick doesn't just want to get into the X's and O's for real on ESPN. It's just because each of those platforms have different audiences, so you just get shit off differently on different platforms.
I think another thing too, like I think JJ Redick, like bringing people that are like-minded. Him bringing on Duncan Robinson and talking about shot techniques and all that is very important. I want to play this, and all this stuff is just like literally popping up on my timeline. This could be the last thing, and I hope I didn't steal a Souls and Sage video. But this is like, it's cool. It's cool.
Kind of changes a little. I think winning a championship kind of changes a little bit of the casual fans' perspective. And look, the NBA has a bunch of diehard fans, but we do, in a way, have to cater to the casual fan.
We're hoopers, so we can see the importance of players, but the NBA is not built off of that. They don't survive off that. They never have. Tim Duncan was 4 rings in, and when he went to go win his 5th one, we said, oh shit, this is boring. Nobody wants to see Tim Duncan and the Spurs in the championship. That's just facts. No matter how many rings
Thank you.
won, no one really cared about the Spurs like that. You know, Jokic can win his championship. No one's going to care. Let's just be honest. I'm sorry. He's not going to go from where he is right now to this super mega star because he's not doing anything kids want to see. It's the players, their personality. Jokic is great, but he doesn't have it.
It's an interesting moment for the NBA, and I'm not a marketing expert, but figuring out how to sell the next generation, whether that is Jokic or not, I think we're at a sort of an inflection point over the next year to 2 years about how to sell the NBA going forward.
Hey, I don't disagree. Two last things, I promise. Jalen Rose said the other day, I think now we can start to move Jokic in the superstar category. This was literally like last week, dog. And then 2, JJ's right. We're at an inflection period. We're at a low-key bad place. Because the guys that the media props up, the guys that ESPN talks about and all that stuff, they're losing. They're losers. Trae Young gets a lot of coverage, relatively speaking. That nigga is a loser. John Morant gets a lot of coverage, relatively speaking. He's a loser.
Is Ja a loser already?
And I don't mean loser as in like you take on the personality. But if we're looking at the trajectory, like these guys have got to start winning some stuff in order to be this upper echelon, da-da-da-da-da. But like some of these guys that we're talking about, they lose. Joel Embiid is a loser. Like this guy's a loser. But we talk about him so much on ESPN. Yet he loses. I don't know. It's weird to have all this coverage all year. Coverage. And then, early May, we don't see him anymore.
Do you really? I don't even think Joel Embiid is a player like casuals really talk about like on ESPN. No, but like a lot of the conversation this year literally just pertained to it was an anti-Jokic narrative, in my opinion. I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
he gets
but
a lot of conversation.
I think even going anti-Jokic kind of anointed him. I think the main problem here that we haven't addressed, and we were supposed to end this, but who cares? The main problem is we keep anointing the wrong person. And I think
Talk
the
about
media,
it.
whether it's ESPN, FS1, Souls and Sage, because I know they're gonna tie us into it. Whatever the case may be, people are routinely anointing the wrong people. And when that happens, whether it's because you're hating on someone else or because you're standing someone else, now that motherfucker better win. That's why a lot of people love LeBron and why he's the GOAT despite being 4-6 in the finals or whatever the fuck. Because ultimately, niggas called LeBron. Niggas called it. So as a result, you've had these hot takes that you wanted to get on your shit off since day one. Now you're getting your shit off 10 years, 15 years later, and it's cool. But versus John Morant, you trying to get shit off, for example, nigga went home. You better than Curry, bro. He better than Curry, bro. Curry gave him 50. Fuck. All right, next season, bro. He's gonna show him up again. She gonna show him up again. Fucking out again.
Say you know who's real? You know who's like the biggest, in my opinion, poster child for that exact problem?
Dog.
Anthony fucking Davis.
Oh, I hate you.
Hey,
I disagree with you.
Hey, top could be top
I hate
guy,
you.
generational. He'll have so many MVPs by this age.
We gave him top 5.
I don't know if John Morant.
75.
No, I'm not. I just named John Morant. It's not Ja. But if Ja somehow it's not you. Yeah, I don't.
No, but I'm just saying because a lot of people will bring up John Morant.
Why y'all skip Anthony Davis?
Because it's not.
No, we'll go back to Anthony Davis, but let's just go back to John Morant because he was before AD. Because I'm just like to say that John Morant is one of those players that we anointed before giving his flowers or whatever. First of all, I think that's Zion before Ja. And second of all, I mean, like, in his third year in the league as a 22-year-old, led the Grizzlies to 56 wins, was a second-round exit, 2023, another 50-win season. I mean, I just don't look at that. Like, for 4 years at 23 years old, I don't think that's a career, and especially with the stats he's putting up, I don't think that's a career that's like, oh, we anointed the wrong person. I don't know.
No, I'm saying anoint the wrong guy in the proper year. So when when I'm saying what happened with Ja, I'm not calling Ja a failure. Let me be very clear, because like that's not even on some apologist shit. I'm not calling Ja Morant a failure. Not even close. I'm saying when people were starting to size Ja, they sized them at a point in time where the Grizzlies could legit win. The problem was if they don't, now you're eating crow, and people don't eat crow. Media members eat crow. Me and Souls, if we get a take wrong, we're supposed to go live and say we were wrong all along. If Omar says a take, he's supposed to get on here and say all along he was wrong. But no offense to chat niggas, but you niggas ain't got no obligation to say you was wrong. So ultimately, if you were like, yo, Ja's gonna knock Steph Curry out the playoffs, and then he doesn't do it, what's gonna happen is y'all gonna be like, I guess he's not ready yet, type shit. Or yes, he sucks. Or what y'all gonna do, smoke back. As a result, it's like, damn, we wasted an entire year boosting up a nigga that didn't win. Same thing when Devin Booker got that late run of MVP votes. What was it, like a year ago? And they didn't win. They got blown the fuck out. It went from, oh yeah, the next gen Kobe is finally here, to I guess Luka's just better than that nigga. Yeah, I guess Luka just solos. And it's just up. If niggas had actually taken the time out, and maybe it's the responsibility of being more analytical, maybe it's the responsibility of just putting bias aside, or whatever the case may be. If niggas had took the time out to be like, hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga Giannis is not losing this year. I ain't gonna cap. That nigga Jokic is not about to lose to no damn Lakers. They don't even like each other. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga Kevin Durant, bro, tough shit. His shoe was too big. Instead of like pushing these narratives that you want to happen, if niggas were talking real basketball, should be fine. Jokic would be a superstar. Giannis would be a superstar, because you can even argue Giannis isn't to a degree. Giannis would be a superstar, and none of the shit, the questions we have would even be happening right now. But instead, niggas want to talk about, yo, is Zion going to come back and still be like that? Can Ja just be more responsible? How will the Suns look year 2? Are Kawhi and PG done? We are not even talking about the fact that we about to have a Jimmy Butler Jokic finals. We're not even talking about this shit. Well, I ain't gonna say that your team playing right now, but I ain't even like
first team crazy, come back 0-3.
Yeah, we're talking about first team to come back 0-3 on both sides.
Out of transparency, to both y'all, and out
We
of
know you
respect
are.
to this
We know-
platform,
we know
I know you are.
I just
You're a
turned it
fan.
on. I just turned it on.
You're a fan.
23-10.
You're a fan. I'm not mad at niggas. And that's why I stand with your tweet. I'm not mad at a literal fan. First of all, you were trolling anyway. But even if you weren't, I'm not mad at a literal fan rooting for his team to be there and rooting for his rival to be there. That's just idiotic to slander the guy for that. But
Question for
ultimately,
both-
niggas are just too biased.
Question for both of y'all though: if the response to to not wanting a Denver Heat finals is, oh, you real basketball fans, we're just gonna watch the NBA finals regardless. Why is that the pushback against like casuals just consuming casual conversations, not just, hey, if you're a real basketball fan, just ignore that shit then. Like, just just stay in those analytical
ultimately because
conversations.
it's frustrating. Because, for example, and I'll even get off Jokic here. Niggas ain't talk about Jimmy Butler this entire time on TV. Niggas talk about Jimmy every now and then, and it's always kind of like the B roll to the Lakers A roll. Like, what I mean by that is the Lakers will headline the shit. What the fuck? Anyway, the Lakers will headline the shit. The fucking the Warriors will headline the shit. The Ja Morant having a gun will headline the shit. The second or third or fourth segment will be Miami, unless Miami played last night. And outside of Miami literally playing last night, they won't headline the shit. You could even do that shit with Jimmy Butler. All media had to do to make Jimmy Butler a superstar is to quite literally talk about, yo, he's trolling in the regular season. During the regular season, this is how you pick the right guy. During the regular season, you go, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I know the numbers don't back it up. Jimmy Butler's still that guy come playoff time. If niggas had built that hype up and then Jimmy had balled out like he is right now, boom. That's it. That's all you got to do. But niggas don't pick the right guy. Instead, we talking Harden. We talking Embiid versus Jokic the entire fucking time. As a result, we wasted time. Embiid got packed up. Jokic is here. Niggas salty. Eating crow on television. Niggas don't like to do that. Niggas don't care if niggas do that. We wasted time. That's all the shit is.
I talked about Donovan Mitchell more than we talked about Jalen Brunson.
That part. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
that part.
Fuck those guys. Damn, I'm about to pull up the wrong demon again.
Do you think so? Even no, I'm not.
You don't think that people talk about D-Mitch more than Brunson?
At least for ESPN, I felt like they talked about Jalen Brunson in the Knicks more than Donovan Mitchell. I don't know.
Stephen A. might have.
Specifically because Stephen A. is a New York Knicks fan.
I'm about to say Stephen A. might have. Everybody else, fuck no.
Because then even when they got beat, it was just like,
Something blew him out window.
it was literally just like, damn, in hindsight, Evan Mobley wasn't Bill Russell 2.0. Like, that was that we reached super hard. And then also, yeah, Jalen Brunson literally is Donovan Mitchell's father. Like, I don't know, but those are just my observations. I could be completely wrong, but hey, it is what it is.